Welcome in. Technically, we're there to start the show, right? Right, there it is. But hey, welcome in. Starts the show. Week 13, Jeremy Popielarz here with you to discuss and answer those questions that you have as we head into week 13. Obviously, some pretty crucial matchups for a lot of us as we probably are on the verge/fringe of making it into the playoffs, and we need these wins as ever much so as possible. So again, two ways you can get these questions in. One is if you're watching on X, you can go ahead and drop the comments in either my thread that I posted earlier this morning or the live thread here on FTN Fantasy's X account. You can also join us here on YouTube as well, into which I can pull the comment or the question up. Makes it a little bit easier. That way you can see exactly what question we are on. And I'll go ahead and answer those all live as quickly as possible. But before we dive deeply into that, as you can see scrolling across the bottom, ftnfantasy.com, 10% off with the promo code POPE saves you that 10%. Gets you access to pretty much whatever you choose for your subscription, but you can get the data, the Discord channel, articles, great plethora of fantasy tools, as well as our weekly rankings. So in case you can't make it to this show and or get to X in the morning, you can go ahead and use our rankings, which is what I'm pulling from to go ahead and make these decisions for you. All right, but without further ado, let's jump into it. Carlos has jumped into the chat. Hello, good morning, Carlos. Pirine or Godwin? At Flex, I do have Javonte Williams starting at my running back too. So I'm going to leave Godwin here for you, Carlos. I do kind of like Pirine today. It seems like him and Javonte Williams have kind of set themselves apart as far as at least the top two backs in that pecking order. The Houston game could be interesting. It could go one of two ways. Denver could kind of start to run away with it, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's a little bit closer. So I think Javonte Williams could use a little bit more. So I'm going to go with Godwin and that plus that better matchup, kind of give yourself two different games that you're looking at. And yeah, I like the Godwin matchup today. All right. Let's scroll here on the good old X machine and get ourselves set up here. Christopher Dore at Dore, Chris Puka, Josh Downs, PPR, looking at a matchup at Cup Healthy. So I'm going to still go Puka here. I think that I like Josh Downs today. We obviously saw a ton of targets the week prior. However, new matchup, but he has an even better matchup this week. So I really like that for Josh Downs. However, Puka with Cup out there, I know it's Cleveland's defense, but I do think that this offense is going to be able to kind of at least move the ball pretty steadily. And I think Puka's upside is just a little bit higher than Josh Downs, considering Garrett's not going to be there, as well as I believe Denzel Ward, a couple other players missing from that Cleveland secondary. Mark Simmons at Mark Simmons, CTI, Joe Mixon, or Breece Hall. I will go Breece Hall here. It is a tough matchup against Atlanta. It's a very good run defense. However, Joe Mixon, I'm worried about Jake Browning in that offense. I don't love that Cincinnati game. I do think Cincinnati could be a sneaky dark horse to win that game, but I don't know if Mixon's going to be really the answer for you this week, Mark. I think I'm going to go Breece Hall. I think that he could potentially have a little bit of a bigger day, more likely to find the end zone than Joe Mixon. Morning, Derek. We got Jordan Love or Kyler Murray. So I'm going to go Kyler Murray here. I actually had a lot of people ask about Kyler Murray. I don't necessarily view Pittsburgh as a super tough matchup for Kyler Murray. I think he'll be all right. He's been very steady for us since he's come back from that injury. Jordan Love, a little bit more up and down. And the Kansas City defense is really good this year. And I really think that it's going a little bit underrated, and I really think that Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City team is going to go in there the first time that Mahomes is in Lambeau, the whole storyline. I do think that we see a little bit of a better game from this KC defense than we will the Pittsburgh defense. So I think Love could be a little bit more in trouble, more likely to have some issues as far as turn the ball over, etc. So I'll go Murray there, a little bit safer start. GM Epler on X, we've got Flex 1 of Connor, Deontay Johnson, Marquise Brown, or Drake London. It's going to be Deontay Johnson for me. I like the matchup that DJ has against Arizona. Arizona's been giving up a ton of points no matter what the position is. So I'm going to go that route for you. the Mike Crocker on X hat PPR, McLaurin, or A-Chain. I'm going to go A-Chain here. Terry McLaurin's been kind of a little bit of a disappointment, even though Sam Howell's throwing the ball all over the yard. Really seems that it's kind of been spread out more than it has been funneled into Terry McLaurin. So I'll risk it with A-Chain here against a weak Washington run defense ever since they've moved on from Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They've been able to be ran upon. So I'm going to go with A-Chain. I think A-Chain and Mostert could have decent days together. The real Ant World, CJ Stroud or Tua. I'm going to go Tua here, Antonio. As much as I love me some CJ Stroud, really prime matchup for Miami against this Washington secondary. I think Tua sneakily could even be the quarterback one this week as far as fantasy goes. So I'm definitely getting Tua into my lineup. Saver, Njoku, or McBride. I'm going McBride. I know there's groin injury. There's some concern there, but I'm gonna still ride McBride. If he's playing, I think he'll be targeted enough. He's never kind of been a huge big play type of guy. It's kind of the little dink and dunks that we get out of McBride and those extra PPR points. So I'm going to go there. Gil, good morning. Gil, London, Noah Brown, or Dortch. Got to sit one of them. I think this really pertains, we'll find out here in a half hour, whether Hollywood Brown plays. If he plays, I'm probably going to sit Dortch. If Holly Brown does miss, then I'd probably sit Noah Brown. Gil. Trey, need to start 2. Devon A-Chain, Jalen Warren, Hopkins, McBride. So I'm going to go Warren for sure. I really like that matchup against Arizona. Again, any Steeler, I'm really looking to try to get into my lineup to an extent. And Jalen Warren, I think, could be in for a big day, as well as even Najee Harris. Could have 2 good outings from those 2. The second one gets a little bit tougher. I guess if you're really... It'd be between A-Chain and Hopkins here. As I do like McBride. I just talked about that a second ago. But the ceiling for Hopkins and A-Chain is much higher, as well as they have a decent floor. I'm probably going to go A-Chain and start both running backs, Trey. But I do know a lot of people do like Hopkins. It's a decent matchup against Indianapolis. The question is if Lettuce can get him the ball in a decent manner, which I do think he can. So I'm okay with going Warren and Hopkins or Warren and A-Chain. Trey, that's where I would sit for you there. Vin Dizzy 87 on the X Machine. Good morning. DeAndre Hopkins, Singletary, Deontay Johnson. Hat PPR. I'm still going DJ here. Again, I like that matchup. And then McBride or Muth. I'm going to go Pryor Muth again. I'm going to double dip here on the Steelers for Vin Dizzy 87. A regular Joe, Stroud, or Lawrence. No negatives for interceptions. Standard quarterback scoring. Otherwise, interesting format there for you, Joe. I'm going to go Stroud in this instance. And then 3 of these wide receivers, Kupp, Evans, Kirk, and Pittman. So that would be Evans for sure. I like the matchup against Carolina. He tends to kill the Panthers. Kirk, I do like as well this week, and you got to start Michael Pittman at this point. So I'm sitting Cooper Kupp there, Joe. At Renee _K10, Carr or Mayfield. I'll go Mayfield here. It's really close. But again, I think Mike Evans could have a big day, and then that's going to probably bring Baker Mayfield having a big day as well. So I'll go there, Renee. Paul, good morning. Must-win week before the playoffs. 2-quarterback dynasty. Jackson's on bye. Taysom Hill or Tim Boyle to start. Flacco's the only other quarterback available on waivers. Terrible spot. I'm going to tell you this. I'm probably starting Flacco over before I start Tim Boyle, Paul. So I would look at this more as Taysom Hill versus Flacco. And depending on how your scoring goes, I'm probably going with Taysom Hill just to kind of play that kind of that cheat code that we like to play because he's listed to quarterback tight end. Would probably be my play with Taysom Hill. But I'd be interested in Flacco a little bit more than Tim Boyle. I think the matchup against the Rams is pretty nice. He's had a repertoire with Elijah Moore, who's been seeing trending towards a little bit more target share lately. Jerome Ford should be able to get it going on the ground as well. So I do actually like Cleveland a little bit in this game. I don't think Flacco's going to light it up, but he's definitely going to do better than Tim Boyle. Arguably, depending, like I said, on your scoring, could be a little bit better than Taysom Hill this week. So consider Flacco if you want, Paul. But if you really don't want to make that move, I'm fine with Taysom Hill. Dean playoffs, 4-point passing, Stroud, Lawrence, Purdy, Goff, and your top 3 defenses for the playoffs, 15-16 is the most important. So I would go Stroud for your quarterback here. I also really like Brock Purdy, so it'd be kind of between those two for me. And then my 3 defenses, let me see here. I'll pull that up. For 15 and 16. I'm trying to remember. Asking me out here, Dean. I wasn't prepared for this question. Let's see here. I do kind of sneakily, I don't remember who they have. I do like Atlanta as a sneaky team. Obviously, they get the Jets this week. So that's kind of a plus, obviously. But 15-16, they have the Panthers and the Colts. So I kind of really like Atlanta if you can get your hands on them. They've been kind of causing some turnovers. They can get to the quarterback pretty well. They've just been playing overall well. I do like that. That's a pretty good setup for them. And then outside of that, I haven't really looked a ton. So I'm going to say Atlanta for now for you, Dean. If you want to head on over to X, follow me at PopesFFH, toss me something in there. Maybe I can get to it a little bit later for you, and I'll send you a tweet over. Gary, Dortch or Hollywood, half PPR. I'm going to go Dortch for you, Gary. Trey Hawkins, any advice on defense, special teams? Falcons. Trey, I really like the Falcons. I think the Dolphins could be good against Washington as well, but they lost Jalen Phillips. I don't know exactly how well that defense is different when he wasn't in the field. So I kind of like Atlanta. They're trending a little bit in the upward direction. They get the Jets. I think they could get a couple turnovers in that game. So I'm going to go with the Falcons there. Gil, considering dropping Guyton for Hyatt, Guyton better environment, higher, better talent. What do you say? I would probably do that. I think Hyatt's got a higher ceiling. We kind of saw that even last week. Guyton, yeah, he has a better environment, but we're still trying to get Quentin Johnson to become something in the red zone. Count more leans to those tight ends, so it's not necessarily that Guyton sees a ton of targets there. Keenan Allen's obviously the guy, so Hyatt, although it's a terrible situation, could become their go-to guy in that receiver room. So I would do that. I'm considering Gil that they're probably both kind of borderline players for you, kind of mostly on the bench. I'd go Hyatt just for the higher upside. All right, Peep It, Flora Skull on X, Pepe Flores. Choose one between Chase, Singletary, or Collins. I'm going to go Chase here for you, Pepe. Rob Bay at Rob Bay NC on X, card Minshew. I'll go Minshew. Ethan, let's see, he's got Purdy, Moss, A-Chain, Evans, Brown, McBride, Singletary, Dell, Robinson on the bench. Ethan, I kind of like it. The only thing would be maybe Dell over Singletary, Ethan, but I like what you got too. Sean, guard, NAD. We got Cupper, Nakua. I'm going to go Nakua here for you, Sean. At J_Day 2381 on X, Goff or T-Law, McBride or Njoku. I'm going to go Goff and McBride. At real Hendrick real underscore Hendrick underscore S Evans or Thielen. I'm gonna go Evans there. Let's see here. At Shady Malia, pick 2 Ridley, Nico, or Thielen. I'm gonna go Ridley and Thielen. For you there, Rashid. Joe Jacks 5 on X. Chase, Nico, or Deontay Johnson. I'll go DJ. Detroit or Colts D from Big Stace 50. I'll go Colt. I'll go Detroit. I think there could be a chance Detroit maybe gets a little bit more as far as pressure on Carr. Could maybe get a turnover here or there. As far as that goes, Shane underscore Lion, would you play Puka or Downs over anyone on the roster, which is Metcalf? You already got a big game from. We got Dell, Warren, and Kirk in the flexes. I'm going to say no. Jack on X is Rice or Hollywood for flex. I'll say Rice. And then tight end is Ingram or McBride. I'm going to go McBride. Popielarz scoring, Gruff, no bluff. Wilson or Hopkins. I'll go D-Hop here. Icon on X, need 2 McBride, Hill, Ingram, or Jamison Williams. I'm going to go McBride and Ingram here. Patrick Dangler on X, full PPR, Cup Downs or D-Hop. I'm going to go Downs for you there, Patrick. I really like the matchup that he has against Tennessee today. Also, obviously, coming off a 13-target game, so I'm really liking what we could get out of Josh Downs today. Sean at Jeffrey Grammy 19 on X, Garrett Wilson or Noah Brown. I'll go Wilson there. Tough matchup, but I still like him a little bit more than Noah Brown. Let's see here. Pick 3, Jonathan Matthew, Dell, Thielen, Puka, Sutton, and Reed. So Dell, Thielen, and Puka for me. There, Jonathan. Ayuk or Dell is my toughest decision from Phillip. Merriman. I'm going to go Ayuk there. Really like his matchup against Philly today. Need a tight end, full PPR, Johnson or Olave playing. K. Dotton. Godwin questionable. I'm going to go Otten here. Obviously, Olave playing makes a big difference there for Rob. So I'll go Otten. I get cute and play Dortch over Mixon from Taco on X. No. I'd probably play Mixon. Let's see here. The underscore FF Waterboy, Hollywood Brown or Brian Robinson, Steelers or Dolphins D. I'm gonna go B-Rob, and I'll take the Dolphins here over the Steelers as far as defense goes. Tootsie Pop, good morning. How are you, Rachel? Welcome in. Gibbs, Monty, Warren, Thielen, pick 2. Wow, that's a tough one. Gibbs is a start for me. I like it. I know New Orleans historically has been tough against running backs, but lately they haven't been so tough. So I'm going to go Gibbs there. I think that he could have a big day. And then I lean Warren. I really like his matchup against Arizona. If you were thinking of going with a receiver, I would obviously go with Thielen. But I do like Thielen today, but I'm going to go Warren. I think Gibbs and Warren have the two bigger days of those four for you. Let's see here. Jeff Johnson on X, Etienne, or Ramondre PPR. If I need to, I can pick up Jags backup. I'm going to go Ramondre for you, Jeff. Sounds wild, but Etienne without touchdowns is not overly great thus far, so not loving it. Sean, Jeffrey Greamer, Wilson, or Brown. I do believe I just answered this. Could be wrong, but we're going to go Wilson either way. I'll re-answer. Bob Richardson, on X. Goff or Howell. I'm going to go Goff here. And flex is Mostert, Harris, or Sutton. That would be Mostert for me. I like the matchup against Washington, Bob. At Canuck on X, Ayuk or Olave in flex. That is Ayuk for me. I think that we could have a really big day against a pretty easy secondary there in Philadelphia. Let's see here. Dustin Rideau, PPR need to start 5, at least 2 running backs. Connor, Eckler, Javonte Williams, Thielen, Reed, Ridley, and Collins. So Eckler and Williams are your 2 running backs. Then it's Thielen, Reed, Ridley. Dustin, that would be my 5. Any changes here for Juan Valdez? Already got 32 from CD. Nice. Kyler Murray, Stevenson, Eckler, Dell, McBride, Chan is his starting lineup. We got Ridley, Nakua on the bench. And me on the bench. So I'm going to go Youth over McBride. Just Muth over McBride there. I don't mind what you got everywhere else there, Juan. Scott Elbert, half PPR on X is start Thielen, Javonte Williams, or Brown. I'll go Williams. I like Williams and Thielen both today. Scott. Tom, full PPR. Concerned with Dell's injury. Not too much. I think it's burned me in the past. It's burned probably a lot of people in the past, but unfortunately, the only way that we can go is what the team tells us. If they okay him and they say he's going to play, I mean, who am I to say that he's not good enough to play and finish the whole game? I'm not a doctor, nor am I in with that team. So I'm going to say I'm not overly concerned, Tom. But if you're looking at it between Dell or Swift, I'm probably still going Dell just because the upside's so huge. DeAndre Swift is against that 49ers defense is not the best matchup. Ever since they even brought over Chase Young again, just improving that defensive line. So really the way to go through that San Francisco defense is through the air, and I think that's what you'll see with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So I'm going to go Dell still here, Tom. I'm not too concerned with his injury. Kyle Downs or A-Chain for flex on X is going to be A-Chan. I do like Downs, but think we'll go Achane there. We got Go Canes. On X is Morning Chubba Hubbard, Jerry Judy, or Royce Freeman. I'm going to go Hubbard. I know it's a tough matchup there, but I do think that he can at least kind of, get something going. He did that last week against a tough Tennessee defense as well. So I do think that Hubbard could have a decent day there for you. Paraday says on X, RDF Stevenson, Ayuk, Curtis Samuel in pick 1, Dobbs, Johnson, and Dotson. So that would be Dobbs for me. And then pick 1, Warren, Harris, or Swift. That would be Warren for me. Aaron coming back. Cup, Puka, Ford, Warren, or Moss. I gotcha. That helps a little bit there. So we got sit 1 of Cup, Puka, Ford, Warren, or Moss. That would be Cup then. Would be my sit. Sanders or Wilson? Thanks. Mike, which Wilson? There's too many of them. I'm guessing it's Jeff Wilson, but I could be wrong, Mike. Full PPR, Hall or Achane, London or Higgins. I'm going to go Achane and London. Really not in on T. Higgins today. I mean, Jamar Chase has been hard to start with Browning. I'm not expecting Higgins to come in and be a startable option really for us this week. 4-point passing touchdowns, Love at home versus the Chiefs or Minshew on the road. That's Minshew for me. David, Goff, or Minshew. That's going to be Goff. Tom, full PPR, Singletary or Dortch? Singletary. Like the matchup against Denver, I know Pierce and him are kind of starting to be a little bit of a 50-50 with Pierce back healthy, but I still like Singletary in this matchup a little bit more than Greg Dortch personally. Let's see, Pop, Flacco, or Bryce Young, Curtis Samuel, Drake London, or Noah Brown. I'm going to go Young. It's a good matchup against Tampa Bay. I think he is just going to be a little bit better than Joe Flacco today. And then I'm probably going Drake London. Wide receiver one's a little tough, Rachel. I am gonna go. I'm not gonna go London. Don't do that, Jeremy. Curtis. I'm gonna go Curtis Samuel, Rachel. Should be a game script that requires some passing. I mentioned it a little bit earlier with Howell throwing all over the yard, and it's not really going to Terry McLaurin, so it's going elsewhere as well. So I'll go with Samuel. Noah Brown coming off an injury could be a little bit limited-ish. Drake London against either DJ Reed or Sauce Gardner I don't love, especially considering Desmond Ritter's throwing him the football, so I'm just going to avoid London. I'll go Samuel. So Bryce Young and Samuel there for you, Rachel. And you're welcome, Tom. You have a great day as well. Hopefully you get that win. Sure. And you enjoy some football today. Simon, which two, Brian Robinson, Swift, Ford, or Garrett Wilson, have PPR? Jerome Ford for sure for me is a guy that I want in my lineup against the Rams. Not overly great run defense, so I'm going to go there. And then I'm probably going to go Robinson. It's between Robinson and Wilson there for me. I'm going to go Robinson, Simon. I think that he could potentially find the end zone at least once. Wilson against A.J. Terrell, I don't really want a ton to do with, considering they can't do much else. And Atlanta's defense has been trending better and better and better. They've been able to get some pressure on the quarterback as well. So could be a long day for Tim Boyle. So I'm going to go Ford and Robinson there for you. Lee on X, we got Achane, Downs, Garrett Wilson, Javonte Williams, pick 2. That's going to be Williams and Achane for me. Let's see here. Ed Bauer on X, full PPR need to start 2. Who sits? Deontay Johnson, Achane, and Nakua. I'm going to sit Nakua here. Yeah, I'll sit Nakua. Ed. MJR on X, Goff or Kyler. I'm going to go Kyler there. I do like him still today. Chiefs or Brown, Jaden Reed, Deontay, or Noah Brown for flex. Bro next. I'll go KC, and I'm going to go DJ at flex. Bryce or Pickens for my final spot. Homer really seems to be trending down lately. So pretty torn. Yeah, I get it, Corey. Breece Hall's not been great. I'm going to go Hall, though. Corey, I do still think I'm going to go Hall. Pickens, it is really close, obviously. But I'm gonna stick with Hall. Start 1, Jordan Love, Sam Howell for Pack Family. I'm going to go Howell here. A little bit better game script. I do think it'd be a little bit easier to pass against the Dolphins than it's going to be against the KC team. Whether X, Y, Z, whatever you want to toss in there as well. I just think in general. Rise Up, Curtis Samuel or Reed, standard scoring. I'm going to go Jaden Reed there for you, Rise Up. Holly Woodlard on X, need 1, London, Godwin, or Hubbard. I'm going to go Hubbard here. It's close, but I think I'm going to go there, Holly. Simon, I have to fill a Jonathan Taylor hole in my lineup, choosing between this clump of Najee Harris, Connor, or Ford. Leaning Najee, thanks. I don't mind Najee. Obviously, you're leaning there. It's a good matchup against Arizona. I think both him and Warren could have good days. I do like Ford a little bit more. He's kind of become like a little bit more of like a 60-40 with Kareem Hunt as far as total touches go. I think Joe Flacco's a big boost. I think Joe Flacco could have some checkdowns as well to Jerome Ford when he's in there. So I'm going to lean Ford personally. I do think Ford could score. I do think Najee could score. So, Giles, I think you go Najee if you really want to, because it seems like that's where you were leaning. I'm fine with that. They're really ranked close to each other in my ranking, so I'm fine going Najee. But I do like Ford. I think he has a little bit more upside today. Gil Dortch or the Flacco experience and go Elijah Moore. Oh, baby, you're going that Flacco experience, Gil. I like Elijah Moore today. I'm a little bit over the consensus for him. Flacco has kind of, in the history, we've seen it throughout this week. Multiple people posted, the splits with Elijah Moore at quarterback for the Jets with Flacco as opposed to Wilson and others. So I do like Elijah Moore today, and that's probably where I would go Gil. In addition, I think the matchup plays better to get the ball to Flacco than it will Amari Cooper as far as the Rams defense goes. Simon sit 1, Swift, Ford, Ramondre, or Zach Moss. I'm probably sitting Swift here, Simon. I don't like the matchup against the 49ers for DeAndre Swift. And Giles, you are welcome. Matt, counseling services need to Swift, D-Hop, Reed, or Dortch on waivers. I'm going to go Reed and D-Hop here. Matt, that's where I'm going to go. Renato on X, Evans or Nakua. I'm going to go Evans. I really like Mike Evans today. Derek on X, McBride, Rice, or Downs. Hall. PPR need 2. I'm going to go Downs and Rice. PPR flex, BMX Frank, HAN, Rice, or Reed. I'll go Achan here. I know he's coming off the injury, but like you said in your tweet here, it's a really good matchup for Achan. So I think we could see a good bump from him. Justin Eller, Pickens, Dotson, or Dortch. I'm gonna go Pickens there. Let's see here. Mike has come back. He says it's Mike Wilson or Jeff Wilson, so I'm gonna go Sanders there for you, Mike. Brent Summers, I want all three of these guys in my lineup, but I can only pick two. Kamara, Rashad, Warren. Tough decision leaving out Warren. Just not feeling good about it. Let's see here. Clay on X, Mostert over A-Chan is a yes for me. I do like Raheem Mostert better. Simon, you are welcome. Harry on X, full PPR, have to start 3 of Achan, Mostert, Puka, and Chase, who sit. I'm going to sit Achan in this situation. Harry. Kevin Wheeler on X, Sutton or McLaurin. I'm going to go Sutton. He could find the end zone today. Fantasy Burner, Montgomery or Jamar, PPR Flex. I'm going to go Monty there. Brick Squad on X, Gibson or Samaje Perine. I'm actually going to go Gibson here. I like the game script for him. I think that there's potential that Gibson could see some good work. Let's see here. Full PPR, who do you flex? Chicago 606. Swift, Puka, D-Hop, McBride, or Deonta? It's going to be DJ for me. Goff, Love, or Minshew for David. I'm going to go Goff. Simon, Laporta, or McBride. I'd go Laporta. A little healthier. A little bit of a tougher matchup, but I'd probably go Laporta. Jake Lewis, bench 1, full PPR, Bijan, Mostert, or Monty. It'd probably be Monty. I like the matchup for Bijan today. Jets have been able to be beat on the ground. I expect that from the Falcons. Mostert, I really like the matchup against the Commanders. So those would be my 2 starts, Jake. Melatonin, mid-rice, Downs or Singletary PPR. I'm going to go Downs there. It's close between those two, but with the PPR, I'll take the receiver a little bit, especially a guy who saw 13 targets last week. So, guy on X, I'm thinking about maybe putting in Rice for Puka or Kirk, or do you see anything else I should change? We got Brown, Dell, Gibbs, Monty, Laporta, Nakua, Kirk. Javante, Rice, Youth. Yes, let's see here. So, I want Williams over Monty. And Let's see here. Eddie, what's up? Need one flex. Justin Watson, Robert Woods, Deontay Wicks, Perry, or Burks. I really kind of want to pick Burks. Is Burks fully active? I know he was cleared. Let's spin this over to our inactives list. Let's check it out. Is it out? Yeah, it's Tennessee. He is playing. I'm gonna go Burks. Sounds a little froggy, but I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go with Treylon Burks today. Bricks squad, one more. Taysom Hill or Jawan Johnson for flex spot. I'll go Hill there. Just use a little bit more. Lokesh on X, Kirk or Downs. I'm gonna go Kirk. Fantasy football on X, Downs or Brown. I'm gonna go Downs. Looks like we're actually caught up. This doesn't always happen, folks. Looks like we are kind of caught up here. Ben, any changes? We got Murray, McCaffrey, Stevenson, Metcalf, Pittman, Fryer, Mute, Olave, and Moss. Singletary on the bench. No. No, Ben, I'd leave it the way it is. Let's see what we got here. Nothing there. Let's check what we got. Make sure I got all this. All right. Fantasy football guy on X, Pittman or Olave, flex full PPR. Pittman, I like the matchup that he has to get today against Tampa Bay. We got Drew, Colts or Chargers defense. Gonna go Chargers. Really close there, Drew, but I think I lean towards the Chargers. I think it's a little bit of a better matchup, more turnover likely. Image interpreter MD, Josh Downs or Deontay. That's going to be DJ for me. Like that matchup just a touch more. Let's see here. So we got one between Christian Watson, Kupp, Garrett Wilson, Marquise Brown. I'm probably going Cooper Kupp there. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. We got Black Bag on X, Kyler or Justin Herbert. I'm going to go Kyler there for you. Black bag. I really like Kyler today. I think it's a good matchup against Pittsburgh. It's not as bad as some people might just think seeing it against Pittsburgh. So let's check the inactives. We've got Michael Wilson is out for the Cardinals. Matt Collins finding himself on the inactives there for the Falcons. Nothing crazy. Running backs, nothing crazy there in Houston. Indy, nothing crazy. Chargers, nope. Dolphins, nope. Saints, nothing overly unexpected. Jets, nothing unexpected. Oh, Zach Wilson's inactive. That's a kind of a surprise. But is it? Pittsburgh, no, nothing surprising. Titans, nothing surprising. Well, kind of Phillips, a little surprising, but probably weren't playing him anyways. Nothing from the Commanders. So nothing that overly surprising there with the inactives list. Now it looks like we're caught up on questions. That does not happen too often, everybody. So we have a brief minute to discuss. Again, FTNFantasy.com. If you are watching anywhere not currently a member, you can sign up using POPE, saves you 10% off of any subscription of your choice. We have multiple different levels over there. So you head up over to the membership page. You can choose whichever you choose. Most of all, if not all, do come with the Discord channel. You can check that out. You can ask questions in there. You also get our rankings, our weekly rankings, which you can then make these decisions yourself. You don't have to tune in if you don't want to then on Sunday mornings. Also get a ton of really good premium content as well as stats and really good fantasy football tools, different tools, start, sit tools, stuff like that. All included depending on the package in which you choose. So head on over there, sign up, greatly appreciated. All righty. Let's see if we got any other questions rolling in here. Fantasy Manatee. I need 2 from Jamar Chase, Devin Singletary, Rasheed Weiss, and Marquise Brown. I'm going to go Chase and Singletary here for you. I like those 2 the best out of this group here. Fantasy Manatee. Clinton Silva. I got Olave, Debo, Ridley, Tank Dell, Noah Brown. I think Olave and Ridley are a lock, but who else should I start? Tank Dell or Noah Brown have a hard matchup against Denver and Debo against the Eagles. So I would personally go here Olave, Debo, and Dell for you, Clinton. David Saint on X, play ETN or go with alternate and Swift. I'm probably going to say here, David, if you don't have a backup plan, I'm going to play DeAndre Swift. By the sounds of it, ETN's playing, David, but there's that chance he doesn't. So I'm going to probably play Swift if I have absolutely no other option in case ETN does miss. I'd hate to take a 0 personally. Also for David, Kyler, or Goff, I'm going to go Kyler here. doesn't look like we're getting a ton of questions rolling here. Let's see here. Let's see. Jay Boogie on X, McBride, Brown Hill, or Elijah Moore. I'm gonna go Moore here. Half PPR, Devontae Smith or Michael Pittman, and for Austin, that's gonna be Pittman. John Chinnicock, Rice, or Williams. I'm gonna go Williams there for you, John. Pineapple Express, Brees Hall, or David Montgomery. That would be Monty for me. E/D on X, Deontay Johnson or Josh Downs. That's going to be DJ for me. Chad, week 13, Flex Watson or Noah Brown. That would be Watson for me. Let's see here. Manu P, Saints or Lions D, Jawan Pitts or Robin Jordan with Schultz out. I'm going to go Lions for the D. And I'm going to go Pitts for the tight end. Man. Dynasty, Deadbeat, Brian Robinson, Josh Downs, or Ingram for Flex is going to be Downs. Let's see here. Chris Godwin or Olave from Oahu. That's going to be Olave. Who plays for Rugby Road, Watson or Judy? I'll go Judy there. Bradley Zesmar, Fantasy League start one, Rice or Sutton. I'm gonna go Rice. Sit one, Cooper, Ford, or Nakua. That would be Cooper for pursuing titles. Need to start two. Who sits from Ed Bauer? Two words, Jay, Puka, Achan, or Wilson. I'm going to play Puka there. Tyler, what's up? How's it going? I love the kind words. Tyler, you're the best as well. Keep it kicking. Keep it kicking. Let's see here. Kate Otten, Jahan Johnson, Brevin Jordan, stream at tight end. I'll go Otten here. Juwan Johnson was a little bit more intriguing early on, but with Olave playing, I'm less interested. Otten draws a little bit more attention for me. Brevin Jordan scares me just with all the other receivers that are going to be healthy there for the Texans. Andrew, any changes? We got Purdy, Williams, McCaffrey, Brown, Keenan Allen, McBride, and Eland with A-Chain and the flex. We got Nakua, Brown, Downs. It's a good roster. Good roster, man. No, I'm not going to answer. You got a lot of players I'd like to start. But the ones that you have already in are looking good. Let's see here. We got half PPR, Dortch or DJ or E/D. That's going to be Deontay Johnson for me. William on X, Olave, Collins, Cup, Warren, pick 2. Needs a win bad. I like Warren for 1. And Olave for the second one. Hooker, Kyron Williams, and flex. Have Pacheco, Gibbs at running back, Hill, and Tank Dell at wide receiver. I'm going to go Kyron here for Eggy. I really like Kyron Williams today. Steven Sutton. We got Mozart or Moss. I'm gonna go Moss there. Let's see here. I like Turtles, Olave, or Kirk would be Olave for me. Best flex play for Synedric, Brownhill, or Cooper. I actually like Cooper. I don't love Mari Cooper today, but I do like him. And I think amongst those options, that's where I'm going to go. Aggies also got Purdy or Lawrence. Safer play for me is Brock Purdy. Brent has full PPR, Stroud or Purdy, Brian Robinson, Connor, Laporta, or McBride. I'm going to go Purdy there. And then D-Rob and the Laporta. Fantasy Gumbo, Deontay Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins. I'm starting DJ there. Tajay Spears, Damian Pierce, or Marauder 93. I like Pierce a little bit more. I think he's going to be involved in the run game for the Texans today. Fantasy Go Rice or Hall. I'm going to go Hall there. PPR replacement for Schultz, Henry, Conklin, Breven, Jordan, or Higbee. I'm going to go Conklin. I don't think it's like a smash play, but I think that he could kind of have something going for the Jets, considering that I do think Terrell kind of takes Wilson out of the game a little bit. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Caden has any changes? Yeah, Minshew, Stevenson, Singletary, Brown, Sutton, Freiermuth, and Downs. Nope. Gil has starting Howell over T-Law. Tiebreaker, his opponent has Kirk. Close matchup. Curious on your take. I like that. I don't mind it. I don't love Lawrence totally this week, so I like Sam Howell. I think the game script should be good for him. I think he should be passing a little bit more than Trevor Lawrence should have to. Cody, sit Pittman, or ETN? Probably ETN. I'd take Michael Pittman here. This is close enough for me. I think ETN might be another one of those touchdown-less type of games, so I think Pittman could easily pass him. Rams or Jets, D? I'll take the Jets. I like the Jets there against Atlanta. Definitely could get a turnover or two against Desmond Ridder. Gilmore _ happy A-Chan over Kirk and flex. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't absolutely love Devon A-Chain this week, but it's a good matchup. So if he's given a decent workload, he'll probably outproduce Christian Kirk. Although I do like Christian Kirk. Gilmore happy. Real question is did you learn how to putt? That's the big question, right? All righty. Jay Dunaway, we got Kirk or Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go Kirk there. Looks like we've dried up pretty good here. With that being said, probably going to dip out of here, touch early here. Not running to 12:30. It seems like the volume slowed down. No need for everybody to stare at me for a half hour. So with that being said, before I do dip out of here, I'd like to thank everybody who did come in and ask questions. Greatly appreciated. And hopefully we get those wins. Hopefully we're right. And then if you do happen to catch the tail end of this and you do want more questions to be asked, feel free to head on over to my Twitter at PopesFFH. I have a thread over there. You can drop the questions there. I will answer them up till the 1 o'clock window and get in as many as I can. If you would like to, again, tune back in next week. I will be here again, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp. If you want to sign up for FTN Fantasy, go ahead and do that. Using the promo code POPE, P-O-P-E, saves you 10% off of any subscription of your choice. And again, you'll be able to get our weekly rankings Discord channel where you can ask questions if you want earlier in the week, as well as tools, ranking, stats, ton of fun stuff over there. So definitely head on over and sign up for that as well. All right. And until next week, good luck. I appreciate you all. And Gil, thank you for appreciating me. Until next time, take care.